Dating as a single parent comes with its challenges, especially when it comes to protecting your child. Boundaries are key. You can't just have anyone around your little one, and setting clear limits is essential to keep both your relationship and your child's well-being intact. Watch to see what timeframes are acceptable in each scenario.
How soon is too soon when it comes to setting boundaries in a new relationship where the boyfriend or girlfriend is not the child's parent? We'll be discussing different scenarios and deciding if it's acceptable at 6 months, 1 year, or never. At what point would it be acceptable for the girlfriend or boyfriend to change the child's diaper if the child is 2 years old?
I say after a year.
I say off.
6 months, and my explanation for 6 months is because 6 months you kind of get to know the person. The trust should be built after 6 months. Having a child and a relationship is a package.
At what point would it be acceptable for the girlfriend or boyfriend to pick up the child from school if they got into trouble? Okay, 1 year off limits. Okay.
So like for instance with Anthony, of course I'm not his mother. I think it would depend what age too. So him at 8 years old, after knowing him for over a year, we developed like a bond. Long as he feels comfortable to, I think a year is an acceptable amount of time to be able to, if the parents of course approve it.
Number 3, at what point would it be acceptable for the girlfriends or boyfriend to attend school meetings like parent-teacher conferences?
I said 1 year, but I actually think it should be more time than that.
Honestly, I really don't want the girlfriend to go to the meeting because I think the mother should really know about how the child's education and stuff.
I put off limits. I feel kind of iffy about that.
Scenario number 4. At what point would it be acceptable for the girlfriend or boyfriend to discipline the child, such as giving a timeout or taking away their cell phone for misbehavior? 6 months. Okay, you have 6 months also.
You gotta know the child and have like a great bond with it.
Love your cell phone, huh?
Okay, wow, all right.
If I seen with dating Kenrick early on, any behaviors, he trusted that, you know, if I was to take Anthony's cell phone, that I had good judgment. So I say start as soon as possible when you see behavior.
At what point would it be acceptable for the girlfriend or boyfriend to cook meals for the child when the parent isn't home? Okay,
I'll go with a year.
1 year.
6 months should be acceptable because if she's allowed to be in the home to the point where she's alone with the child, meal preparation is just something that, you know, a babysitter or a complete stranger should be able to take care of. If you trust them enough to be there with the child unsupervised, it should be enough to make sure that the child eats when necessary.
It really would depend about the age.
At what point would it be acceptable for the girlfriend or boyfriend to take the child to the doctor or attend medical appointments if needed? Think. Okay.
A girlfriend taking up the responsibility of taking a child to get to the hospital if necessary is a good way to show that this is a responsible person in a child's life and that they take care of business. You know, in the event that their mate is not able to do it, then I feel they should automatically, if there's someone that is quality, is going to assume that role.
Scenario 7. At what point would it be acceptable for the girlfriend or boyfriend to take the child out for a one-on-one bonding activities like going to the park or getting ice cream? Okay, 6 months for Ken.
I only said 6 months because I think bonding activities should happen supervised as soon as the relationship starts.
This is really hard for me because it depends. So it really depends if you trust the person or if you don't trust the person.
I know Anthony over here, this little one don't play no games. When I first met him, he was side-eyeing me like, who are you and why are you here? So it took a while for this little one right here to build a connection with, and I think that once the connection is built, taking the child to the park can happen as early as 6 months.
Scenario 8, at what point would it be acceptable for the girlfriend or boyfriend to give advice or help mediate conflicts between the child and their parent?
Well, I got 2 answers for that. 6 months and off limits. You know, that's your girlfriend. That's someone that's like a parental figure. So yeah, they should be able to give advice freely from the beginning of the relationship. The off limits, well, that's a little personal for me because, you know, of course I know everything. So therefore, ain't nobody telling me what to do.
You should give advice to help the father or the mother take care of the child if you took care of a child before.
I be all up in Anthony business, okay, you hear? I be telling Kenrick, like, did you hear what your son just said? He always getting advice from me, and I'll even tell Anthony to his face, like, now you know you shouldn't be doing that. So I'm always butting in, and I would do it as early as 6 months too.
Talking about others, people.
Well,
not me and you.
But
know?
I'm still technically a girlfriend after all these years.
You know, wifey material.
Why is there no ring on Krystal's finger?
Wow.
Scenario 9, at what point would it be acceptable for the girlfriend or boyfriend to give the child serious, sensitive advice without informing the parents?
I would say 6 months. One thing a parent will never know is what happens when they're not around. That's why it's important for a girlfriend that you trust and you love to develop a bond with children, because sometimes, you know, emotionally we react to children, and because of that, we are not hearing a child. And a child has a voice. So if they have someone that they can confide in, it's important that they have that kind of fluid relationship. There's many times that Krystal and Anthony have connected where I've been stubborn and, you know, she's helped me by getting through to him.
You need to know what happens around your child when you're not around.
Thank you for joining us today, and as we explored these important scenarios and shared our perspectives. Remember, every family is different, and setting boundaries is all about open communication, trust, and what works best for everyone involved. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to comment below with your opinions or experiences. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more discussions like this.